This side, water's just kind of standing, not doing a whole lot. And as you come over here, I mean, water is just running off the panel.
We have a couple of new products we brought. Brandon here, though, is actually going to be demonstrating some wet gloss. So wet gloss is actually our newest upcoming wet sealant. So we do have protector wax, we have hydrofoam. Those are foam-on sealants. This is going to act differently, as you guys will see here in a few minutes. Main differences, though, Brandon, is going to be more longevity. So longevity, this is not meant for a 3-month super sealant type product that's going to last, forever. This is a maintenance wash product. So it's going to top your existing sealants. And it creates an amazing water behavior. So I'm going to let Brandon, though, go ahead and start washing this BMW here behind us.
Yes, we're going to pre-wash with some active foam, and we'll go from there.
So wet gloss is a wet applied sealant. You always want to make sure that your vehicle is perfectly clean before applying. You're looking at, roughly, like I said, a month protection. Could be a little more, it could be a little less. It really is depending on the scenario that you're in. We're going to go in with a little GSF contact wash, and then we will apply the wet gloss. Water behavior is pretty sheety, right?
Yeah.
Pretty slow sheet there. And then the wet gloss, though, it's a super easy application. Go ahead, Brandon, I'll let you talk about it as you're applying.
Get the sprayer primed.
Get it primed.
Light mist over the hood. So yeah, one, 2 sprays per panel.
But you saw how it was mainly just a few sprays, and that's all he needed. So you don't want to apply this and let it sit. It's a pretty apply it, rinse it off. It's a very quick process. It's not something you want to let it sit for a minute or two. You really just want to go ahead and go with it. As we rinse off here, you can see that the sheeting is gone. So all that sheeting is gone. Now you have a ton of water behavior, which is what's awesome about this product. It's like you have a coating on your car, but it's just a simple wet applied sealant and that quick. So that's really awesome. You can blow this off now with a blower with ease. We are just going to do a towel because we're going to move right into our next segment here in a minute. But it's a super simple dry off afterwards. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. Pair it with this great towel and you have a great, awesome result. So that's how easy wet gloss is to apply. I think I'm going to bring Jimmy and we're going to head over to Hunter and talk about some Perfect Finish Sealant. So you're super excited about this one?
I am. It has been a phenomenal product so far, and I think people are really going to like the application and the results they get from it.
So tell me about the hood here.
Yeah, so what we did prior to this was I went through and I cut it. We got it all polished out, so it is completely bare. And what we did is we did a tape line down the middle. I applied PFS to half of it and left the other half bare. So that way I can kind of show you guys what it looks like, with application and prior to application. So Perfect Finish Sealant is going to be, in line with SO02, which I'm sure a lot of people have used, our spray sealant. The difference between the two is SO02 is a more polymer heavy, a little bit more silicone based, there's the word I'm looking for, where this is actually a water-based sealant. So a little bit more forgiving, like we said, in the sun, your hot conditions, so it's gonna be really great for your mobile guys who are working outside, or even a beginner who's just trying to figure out kind of what spray sealants are like. And with this, you actually have a little bit longer working time being a water-based. In the bottle, it's almost lotion-like. It's really, really thick. And so, I mean, it's thick. And so give a couple sprays on a towel, work it into the surface, and then you're able to buff off and have a really great looking surface. It is something you can use really on the entire exterior of the car. You can use it on paint, glass, plastics, you name it. If you want to put it on your wheels, you can do that as well. I can even, loosely apply it to a surface, walk off, come back 10 minutes later and have no issues with high spotting. It wipes off perfectly. Also, another really cool fact about this is you can actually machine apply. you can actually spray onto, let's say, one of our soft green pads and run it over with a DA for a real quick, almost like a liquid wax in a way, because it is, I mean, a thick product, but so you can spray and wipe, or you can, machine apply, which is nice. So I'm just gonna give it a quick rinse so you can see kind of the difference in the two. Like I said, one half of the hood was prepped with PFS, the other half is bare. So make sure we're good here. Yep. All right. So as you can see, this side, water's just kind of standing, not doing a whole lot. And as you come over here, I mean, water is just running off the panel. You can kind of see right there in the middle, right where it was applied. So nice thing is, I mean, the hydrophobics are phenomenal. I think that, I mean, they're up there with SO2, if not maybe even a little bit tighter in my opinion, which is awesome. I mean, you can never have too great of water behavior or water beating. And so, yeah, it's a phenomenal product. Now with this product, you do want to apply it to a dry surface. Some people have asked, hey, can I wet apply it like wet gloss? We ask that you keep it dry. That way it has the best bonding and adhering to the surface. So you can use any towel that you would like. I like using FGWs with it because who doesn't love an FGW? That's my favorite towel of all time. And so all you're gonna do, make sure you shake it up. I mean, you can see it's a thick one. So now to appease you guys who like to spray it on the surface, you can do that as well. But it can splatter a little bit because it is thick. So into a towel, and as I work it in, you'll see it just begins to kind of work into the surface nicely. And I'm not gonna work it in fully. I'm just gonna leave that so you guys kind of see what happens with it. A little bit more into a towel. It almost just kind of dissipates into the surface as you're working it. And then all you need to do, flip your towel over or come in with a second towel and just give it a nice light wipe. You don't need to apply any pressure. You're not trying to scrub it off. And you have a really nice, glossy, crazy hydrophobic, as you saw, surface. Now with this post-application, we say give it 24 hours to fully cure before washing it or getting it wet. Just that way it has the full amount of time to bond to the surface. Durability-wise, we're seeing 2 to 3 months, usually up to.
And I've seen 6 months. I actually applied it, all these products that we test, I like to apply them on personal vehicles that we drive daily and that we're, around every day.
Yeah.
So I've personally applied PFS to my vehicle prior to coating, and I left it on. It was 6 months later and it was, still there.
Yeah.
I'm here with Ian. So Ian is our Colourlock master.
How's
here
it
in
going?
the USA. And we really wanted to show something that he does on a daily basis for many of our customers, many of you out there who need custom colors. So,
yes, correct. So I'm going to essentially demonstrate what I do behind the scenes for you guys every single day and give you guys some insight into what I do. And while I do that and kind of put my hands on making a color.
let's recolor Anthony's Raptor seats.
Let's do it.
So,
okay. So essentially from step 1 to step done, I will scan, get a request in. Once I have a LAB value is what it's called, or a readout, I can get a formula that's based off of our 27 colors. Usually you'll see 3, maybe 4, sometimes you may have 5 colors in a mix. Then I mix it based off of your specific request, and then it goes out to you.
So you use this to read the leather?
I do. So this is a smaller scanner. We have bigger scanners at home, but essentially all you would do, and it's connected with our app, is just press it here, it's scanning, and it will shoot over a formula to the app. Then you can plug in our LAB values to our specific colors, and now we've got a color. That's how I use it to mix. If you're a dealer, that's how you would use it out in the field. We also have a more sophisticated scanner where it just shoots right to me and I have the values and don't have to plug them in essentially. But this is more or less our, if you're a dealer, if you're going to dealers, if you want to be mobile with the product and mix colors for specific interiors on the go, you can bring one of the scanners and do it. We can make pretty much any automotive interior from any US manufacturer, so if they're shipping a car here, we can pretty much take care of it. A beige from a Porsche is different from a beige from a BMW, so if you email in and say, hey, I've got a beige, we need the specific manufacturer interior name so that we can make that mix. But I'll go ahead and
you get to it.
I'll go ahead and get to it, Jay.
So this is our portable color mixing station. It's pretty
very
awesome.
Portable.
So let's talk about some really awesome stuff, something that you guys have been wanting and been asking for and been waiting for a good while, actually. We're happy to announce and show you guys our new product like design and kits. Most of these come with pretty much the exact same stuff that they would have came in within the future or the past. But now, moving forward, we have our new labels and design aspects right here. These are our new Colourlock labels. Like this one is the leather mild cleaner. Labels themselves were more of a paper type label, and these are gonna be more vinyl. So since these are vinyl, you're not gonna have to worry about spilling something on it and then half the label being gone. You're gonna always have your information, your directions, and a very nice bottle to present at any given moment. So all the Colourlock lineup has gone to the new KCX type bottling system, which is very similar to our current KCX lineup. And something that people have been asking about and talking about are these new scents in these little bottles. So these are like the on-the-go travel bottles. That's like FU, but these are new scents. So we have Fruit Fusion, we have Cozy Cotton, and we have Blossom Breeze. And these are the 3 new scents that they have came out with to switch over to the Colourlock system, because the scents are moving over to Colourlock and moving away from the KCX line. That's crazy, man.
Yes, let's get
So
some. Can we
it
get
looks
a
like
camera on
Superman
this?
in a cup right now.
Yes.
You've already mixed all these, or you've already put all these colors in there.
All the colors are pretty much mixed up. The weights might be slightly off, and that's something that we dial in. It's called correction. So you can see a couple of those misses, and then right around here is where we dial in the color, and you can't really see it. It kind of blends back into the beige again. We're gonna go ahead and throw it on the mixer, so it's all weighed up, and I'm gonna go ahead and get it all mixed together. Usually it was done by hand. We have now moved to a robot mixer. This is our friend Fred.
Fred.
Yes.
That's cool. So guys, I don't see this very often. I hear Ian doing this, but I actually don't go see Ian doing this. So Fred here is mixing up the colors.
Yeah, Fred works very hard. He works harder than I do, if I'm being honest. I'm just kidding.
So you can already see it changing over to that more tan aspect colorway there.
Correct. And then, like I said, it'll spit out onto the beige, maybe a lighter blue or whatever it is, and that's when we'll dial in our color wheel. And I'll put it here, I'll say blue, okay, well blue's telling me I need to add some orange, so I'll go back to my colors, I'll add a little bit more orange in, and then I'll dab it back on my beige and say, okay, am I closer, am I farther away, is it giving me a different color? On this one here, it started going a little bit more deep blue and violet on me, so I go ahead and I move my color wheel over to violet and go, all right, well, what does it tell me? I need to add some ochre and some yellow. So I move to my ochre, moving a little bit of my ochre, and now I'm dialing close to my color.
So this would be your first
iteration. I'm going a little quick here. It looks a little bit off as well.
It's a little dark, it seems.
It's a little dark.
But let's see how it looks.
Right, it's gonna look a little
on camera, maybe, if we can see what this looks like. A little dab. Okay,
yeah,
so
we're
it's
blue.
light.
Yes, so what this tells me, it says, all right, we're a little blue, we're a little green. So we'll go and we'll start making our corrections, and we use a little bit of a heat gun to speed up this process. All this color is water-based, so if you were testing this on a free promo, testing this on a piece of leather and you got scared and you're like, oh my gosh, I just changed the color and it doesn't look right, don't worry. This stuff takes 24 hours to fully cure. You also have a resin that we add to it, so this is just the color. The color won't actually stay, so you could put this color on, I could let it sit for a week, come back, and it would still rub off because it doesn't have that hardener or that resin in it. So yeah, you can see we're a little off, right?
So you're gonna heat it up.
That's not bad. That's
not horrible.
Right.
That's not too bad.
It's not too
Actually,
bad.
to be honest, Jimmy, if you can see that, I think you can. It's not bad at all. The center part is looking a lot more.
Well,
wow.
yeah. So yeah, you're right. Center's looking a little bit.
The center's looking a little closer
that might
to
tell
the
me
tan.
that Fred didn't do his job well enough. So that's a little bit blue. So what that's telling me is, all right, I'm gonna put my color wheel here. It's kind of matching, you can kind of see from the first mix. It's a little similar to this one right here. So I'm gonna say, all right, well, it's a little bit blue. I'm gonna add some orange into it. I could go for an orange and ochre kind of combo because it kind of lives in that blue to deep bluish area. And you are seeing a little bit of green. So if that doesn't work, I might push over on that green, but that's kind of, it's almost like you're feeling in the dark and you're using the blues over here to then tell yourself, all right, well, I need this, right,
Gotcha,
to get to your color. So it's a little bit of feeling in the dark, but once you learn the color theory and understand a little bit of it, it makes mixing the colors a lot easier for you. You don't need to grab the wheel and pull it out for specific mixes. Obviously, I'm using this just to showcase.
Instead of mixing the rest, I heard that you actually have already.
Well, let's see.
After I cut out Anthony's seat, you actually have already prepped a perfect color.
That's right. So if we go from taking, let's say, hopefully 10 minutes of correcting here, this is what the color will look like after I've added an orange or an ochre, 5 milliliters, 10 milliliters there to kind of correct the color based off of how much our total mixture is. So I'll go ahead and I'll put that down right now. Then
Correct,
this is what it looks like, right? So this is the time in. You can see multiple iterations of going in, doing it what I just did, drying it, and then coming back after testing and saying, okay, it looks all right, oh, it looks bad, all right, it looks better, it looks all right, boom, now I've nailed it right around here.
Gotcha, let's see.
So we also have top coats and dullers. So if you get a color that looks pretty darn good, but then you see it at a different angle and you're like, oh, the sheen looks off. That's what our top coats are for. So different automotive manufacturers have different sheens. Ferrari's more of a matte, super matte. Porsche has a semi-matte. Some are more of a gloss. So if you don't like how it looks, we also have a top coat that you can apply.
Gotcha.
So let's go ahead and get this dried up. And so you're going to kind of watch it disappear into
that sort of wetness.
Yeah, so the wetness that you still see would be that sheen or that gloss that I'm talking about, which you can correct. So you can get in the weeds with it where you say, all right, I've got a color mix, it looks great, but oh no, it's not perfect. And then you start messing with the color instead of messing with the sheen or the way that it bounces off of the leather, if you will.
So there we have it, guys. I appreciate everybody watching. On behalf of the KCX USA team, we appreciate you guys and look forward to getting your hands on all the new stuff.